So Charlotte is ranked 73rd globally, which is really great. It's in the top 100, and it's overperforming in industries such as food tech, fintech, software, and also software and data. So, Juan, maybe you can raise your hand so we can promote you. Okay, so if you know me, could you promote Juan? Hi, Juan. How are you? Thank you for joining us today. Good morning.
Yes. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. It's 8 o'clock here. We're just getting ready for the days, but we really appreciate the opportunity to be on.
Great. So the floor is yours. I'm very excited to hear more about Charlotte, the Charlotte startup ecosystem.
Well, fantastic. I am sharing slides, so I want to make sure that you are able to see that. It looks like
great.
We can. Yes. All right. Great. So again, my name is Juan Garzon. I am the managing director of Innovate Charlotte, which is an organization that supports the startup community. I'll tell you a little bit more about what we do. I'm also recently joined the city of Charlotte, leading innovation and entrepreneurship. So I'm able to help a little bit with some of the programs that the city has to offer for business startups and economic development in general. One of the things that I want to share with everybody here, if you haven't been to Charlotte, is just to give you a little bit of background on the community here, the lifestyle here, and I'll tell you why that's important here in a minute. But people are moving to Charlotte in droves from across, specifically the United States, but from other parts international as well, because Charlotte is just this amazing city. It's full of culture and activity and growth. We are about an hour and a half away from the mountains, about 2.5 to 3 hours away from the beaches. We've got beautiful sunshine, and we're one of the brewery capitals, and we've got lots of amazing beer here in Charlotte. And what all of this means is that a lot of young professionals, tech talent, people with entrepreneurial mindsets are flocking to Charlotte. And this has led to a resurgence in growth of early stage companies, as well as larger corporations that partner with these companies in order to grow their innovation and tech centers. So I've borrowed a couple of slides here from our friends at the Charlotte Regional Business Alliance that really highlights Charlotte as a business hub. We have 17 Fortune 1000 headquarters. Charlotte is one of the top 10 fastest growing metro areas. You can kind of see here, number 3 best business climate, number 3 best place to start a business. We've got one of the top 10 busiest airports in the world, as well as major highways and all of that makes transportation, migration, and workforce really work out in this community. And as a result, our business community has really grown. You'll see here some of our Fortune 1000 headquarters and companies with 1,000 or more employees, and some of the industries they're in: Duke Energy, Bank of America, Honeywell, Lowe's. We've got technology, home tech, energy, banking and financial services, which is kind of our biggest industry here. And out of all of these Fortune 1000 companies that have headquarters here, about a third of them are starting tech and innovation centers here. So we have Truist just launched their innovation center. Bank of America has been working on these innovation corridor projects. Duke Energy has their innovation center, a beautiful innovation center here in Charlotte. Lowe's is about to open their innovation center. And what that's doing is it's really bringing all of this tech talent, people with ideas, people who know how to innovate, and consolidating them here, which is creating this great energy, not just in the corporate innovation center community, but also in the startup innovation center. And then just a couple more things here, a lot of companies relocating, and a lot of corporations building their headquarters here. And that has resulted in a pretty healthy startup scene. This is just a small sampling of some of our regionally notable startups. And right there at the top, you see Avid Exchange, Tresata, and Red Ventures. These are our three unicorns, three Charlotte-grown companies that have grown up to pass the $1 billion mark in valuation. In fact, Avid Exchange just went public, so I guess graduates them from unicorn status, but definitely one that has been an influential player in the Charlotte market and an inspiration to a lot of the other founders here in the community. As I mentioned before, fintech is a big deal here. This was a few years ago, but Fortune had highlighted Charlotte as the South's capital of capital, specifically around fintech, after the merger of two big banks. And we're seeing a lot more of that. In fact, recently, we were named in the top 10 fintech ecosystems in the world for cities of our size, cities of 3 million people and under. And so we really see that as a net positive. Charlotte, a lot of people call it sort of a big little city, in that we have all of these global aspirations. We're growing. The quality of life here is amazing, but it's still small enough that you can make a mark. You can be a part of the ecosystem. You can get connected to the right people. It's super friendly entrepreneurial environment where everybody wants everybody to succeed. And as a result, we all work together to ensure that happens. This is a logo soup, but it's essentially a little inkling as to what the Charlotte entrepreneurial ecosystem looks like. We've got a number of organizations and incubators and accelerators and support systems, co-working spaces that all come together to support entrepreneurs in these industries. And while the top industries are fintech, health tech, energy, and advanced manufacturing, we'll have startups in all sorts of different industries, across the board here in Charlotte. Some events that are notable here in the entrepreneurial ecosystem include FinTech Generations and Venture 135. These are annual, globally focused FinTech conferences. In fact, Venture 135 is coming up next month. So if you want to get a taste of what the FinTech scene looks like here in Charlotte and the region, because they're pulling companies in from all over the region and all over the world, you can check out the Venture 135 conference, as well as the FinTech Generations conference in the spring. We also have a number of accelerators and incubators that exist to support different types of entrepreneurs at different stages. The most notable one here, that second one, RevTech Labs, is the one that focuses on fintech, insurtech, regtech. But we have a number of others here that support different types of entrepreneurs at different stages. One of our newest ones down here at the bottom is the First Turn Innovations. A lot of people know Charlotte, North Carolina as the home of NASCAR. And we have a lot of NASCAR engineers who have some fascinating ideas in advanced manufacturing and automotive technology. And they have turned this into First Turn Innovations, where they are helping entrepreneurs, innovators, technologists, and inventors with their ideas around advanced manufacturing and automotive technology. So we're really excited about that one joining the pool. We also have, there's a lot of capital here, being a banking hub and a financial town. We have regional and local angel groups and angel funds, such as the Charlotte Angel Fund or Venture South, which is a funding network that exists throughout the southeast of the United States. And we have our own chapter here in Charlotte. And then we have some venture funds that have various areas of focus, and including focusing on fintech, focusing on veteran entrepreneurs or physical product entrepreneurship, and several others, including Idea Fund Partners, which is the most active seed stage fund in the Southeast, if not the United States. I mean, they're pretty active. And we're a great home to some of these little entrepreneurial ecosystems, which that start to build up around co-working spaces. We've got a bunch of co-working spaces. This is most of them, but not all of them, and several have multiple locations. So you have about 30 different co-working options here in Charlotte, which is great if you are starting out or if you're scaling your business, or if you are expanding your business to Charlotte and don't want to have a long-term contract with the building, with your office, co-working allows you to expand that, to incubate some ideas, and to connect with the network in a very quick way. So we're really appreciative of all the co-working partners that we have as well. And then there's a number of other support organizations that provide mentorship, provide education, provide connections, provide support, provide funding to different types of entrepreneurs at different stages in different industries. And so we have these here that you see on the slide, and more organizations and higher education facilities and other institutions that help the startup community. And that leads us to our organization, Innovate Charlotte. We're a nonprofit that supports, enhances, elevates, and accelerates entrepreneurial success in the region. And we focus on building an intentionally inclusive and high impact ecosystem that stimulates innovation, economic growth, and societal change. We're not focused just on a particular vertical. So Innovate Charlotte supports any kind of startup that wants to start, grow, or build in Charlotte, regardless of their industry. And we do that by helping entrepreneurs and investors and other partners navigate that ecosystem, connect them with mentorship and education, connect them to sources of micro grants, funding, micro loans, venture capital, and also a lot more data collection and storytelling, really sort of putting the story of the Charlotte entrepreneurial scene together. And then a lot of ecosystem building. We host different events to really build our ecosystem's capacity. And this is something that we're starting to do a lot more of here coming into the new year. So we invite you to visit the Innovate Charlotte website and sign up for our newsletter, follow us on social media, or if you have any questions about Innovate Charlotte, about the Charlotte startup community, or anything that I shared on these slides, you can email me at Juan, Juan, at inclt.org. And with that, I think that gets me at time. So I'm going to go ahead and stop share. And I think that takes you right back to you.
Thank you so much, Juan. When you said Charlotte is the small, big city, I was surprised because there's nothing small about Charlotte. It's one of the top 25 largest cities in US. It's the top 3 fastest growing city in US. So I wonder what is the small thing about Charlotte, because it's really great. And all the insight you shared is mind blowing.
Yeah, no, I'd say it's more that it feels like a small town in that everybody's very supportive. It's a mix of global understanding and Southern hospitality. And so people come in here and you're just welcomed into the ecosystem. Everybody is rooting for you. And a lot of people feel like that makes it feel like a small town. And you're only 1 or 2 connections away from anybody in the community that you want to, that can help you. And so it makes it feel like a small town, but we are absolutely a, top 25 city and growing incredibly fast. One of the fastest growing cities in the United States right now.
Well, thank you again. And I can really pitch on, vote on and agree on the Southern hospitality living in the US. And I've seen that. And this is something that not many places in the US have. And so anyway, thank you so much for the presentation and taking your time.